I'll just share my screen.
Yes.
So today we are actually going to see Amazon EMR. EMR is actually basically the Hadoop implementation on cloud. Okay. This basically means the Hadoop servers or Hadoop nodes that we used to get on premise, that we used to configure on premise, and as a developer or as a database administrator, somebody has to take care of those physical machines first, and we have to configure those, their security, their patching, their upgrades. Everything was completely managed by the project itself. Okay, that means like each and everything will be the responsibility of the project. And issues like we had also had some more issues, such as it was actually a big question that how much capacity of node you need to perform your data transformations. Okay, that basically means how much nodes of cluster that we need. Okay, so let's say today we have some amount of data, and for that we find that okay, or let's say that we are assuming that we will get some amount of data, and for that we plan to get 10 nodes of cluster. But in future or in the real time we find that okay, we are not getting that much of data, and it's kind of a waste of money that we have purchased 10 nodes of cluster, and now we have to pay for that, and that actually going to be a bit costly affair, like you are wasting your money. Or it could be the possibility that you have planned for 10 node cluster, but actual requirement is around 20 cluster or 25 clusters. So in both the cases, we were not able to match the exact requirements. Okay, we were not able to match the exact requirements that we had, and this is actually a problem in real time. Okay. So to avoid such cases, what AWS has done, they have launched this facility called as Elastic MapReduce. Basically, it's a Hadoop implementation on EMR, where you can run technologies like Spark, Hive, Pig, Uzi, Scoop, and some other things. Okay, and this basically means like as the other cloud service that we use, it's like pay-per-use basis. Pay-per-use basis, we will be getting our EMR nodes. Okay, pay-per-use basis, we will be getting EMR nodes. If the requirement goes high, that means if sometime requirement of the nodes goes high, then at that moment cluster will automatically scale up. So if I give an example, what might happen, let's say we started with a 2-node cluster, but we are seeing a lot of data incoming inside our cluster. So cluster can create or execute one more node, and it will enhance its number of nodes from 2 to 3. Okay, and like that it can actually scale up as per the requirement. And when it sees the data is actually getting less, it can reduce down the number of its size by its own automatically, and obviously in that case we are going to be pay a bit less amount of charges to the clusters for the clusters. Okay, so here basically we no need to actually brainstorm our initial phase of projects. Okay, so let's say we are planning a big data project, and we are expecting a 1 TB or 2 TB of data, and then we might have to purchase and the clusters and organize those clusters, maintain those clusters. We no need to go through that complex phase. We can directly start from the executing phase, and we can launch EMR cluster with few clicks within few minutes only. Okay, so if you just see the definition of EMR clusters, basically it is actually called as Elastic MapReduce. Previously it was called as Elastic MapReduce, and it's a cluster platform that simplifies the running of big data frameworks. Okay, that means Hadoop we can run with the help of EMR clusters. We can run MapReduce, we can run Spark, we can run Hive, we can run Pig, we can run Uzi. scoop. See, all the technologies that I'm counting right now, these are just a different, you can say these are just few more data engineering tools or few more data engineering technologies that we can go ahead and learn, and those are available in the market. And these technologies actually came in the market with the introduction of Apache Hadoop. Okay. So yeah, if you have any questions in the introduction side, okay. And see, one more thing, yeah, Amazon EMR is actually a AWS product. So this is the reason also it interacts with S3s, DynamoDBs, Redshift databases very easily. No need to provide any credentials and all those things. Simply using IAM roles, we can directly go ahead and use these clusters.
Okay.
So yes, if you have any questions here.
No questions, Jealous. You can move forward. I have a little bit idea EMR. Just we can directly jump into the project project or demo.
Okay, so demo actually I have no actually a specific thing because Spark we have already seen here, or how to run, how to create data frames in the PySpark, how to filter those things, because Spark is again the main thing that we can have on the Apache servers. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So creating the cluster and implementing the Spark notebook and the processing. I know we already seen all the Spark programming, but thing is, you can use the same code, but I would like to see on EMR service how to process the data from source to target,
Okay,
include
let's try
and
that.
batch data and streaming data. These two.
So batch I can show you. Streaming I have no source actually for streaming.
Oh, okay, okay, no problem. Okay.
Also, if I just go ahead and log in. Let me just see. First of all, we have to create a key pair here in the EC2 machines. Okay, these key pairs we will be using to connect with our cluster. I have also not connected with the cluster from last quite a bit time. So I'm just going to create a key pair first, because these two key pairs that I see on my console right now, I have lost access to these two key pairs, so I'm just going to delete those things. They were available in my old laptop. I have not got them here. I'm just going to click on create key pair. And here the type we have to choose as a PPK file. Okay, we have to choose PPK file. Any name I can choose. I can choose it as a EMR PPK. Okay, that is fine. Key type RSA is fine. No need to change this. Just come down and click on create key pair. Once we create a key pair, it will be downloaded into your local laptops. Okay, we will go on EMR. And here I'm going to click on create cluster. Cluster means we are going to create a normal cluster that we have. Okay. Cluster name, I'm going to call it my cluster. It is fine. Automatic name is actually fine. Okay. And EMR release, you can use any version. I'm just using the latest version, whatever we have right now. Bundle that we want to like the technologies that we want to have installed on this cluster. We can choose those from here. I can say core Hadoop I need. I can say I need edge-based implementation. I can say Presto I need. Okay. Okay. So I just going to select go back with EMR. I think if I am not wrong, I should have advanced settings somewhere. Just a second, allow me 1 second. If I'm custom, yeah, it's actually custom one. Okay. So actually you can simply click on custom and you can choose what all tools you need to install on your EMR clusters. I can say Hadoop 3.3 I need Hive 3.1, I might need Pig also, and I need Hue also. I also going to select Spark also. Okay, so these are the few technologies that I can go and select on EMR clusters. Then we have some Edge Catalog, Livy, some other tools that can help you do data processing for your big data framework. So first thing, we have to select configuration, let what all pieces we want to install. And then I'm going to check these two boxes, use Hive table metadata and Spark table metadata. I'm going to tell you what this means. Basically, if I tell it easily, the glue catalog that we have, the glue tables that we create using crawlers, those tables will be available as a Spark tables, and those tables will also be available as a Hive tables with your EMR clusters. Okay. And then operating systems, Linux actually is fine, and I'll just check this box if you want to apply latest release to your updates to your EMR clusters. If you want to handle it manually, you can definitely uncheck this. Okay. Then you can use instance groups or instance trees. Basically, if you choose the different type of machines for your primary and secondary nodes, you can use instance fleets, as it says. Choose any combination of instance types. If you want to use same machines, then you can use instance groups. Basically, if I say in easy language, this is the configuration of my primary node. It says M5X large. Okay, we are going to get this thing, and here also I'm going to get M5X large. But sometimes you might want to change the like you might want to use a better primary node and a kind of a loose secondary node, or maybe a heavy secondary node. In that case, you can have that instance fleets instead of instant groups. Okay. If you want to have multiple primary groups, you can just select this checkbox. So one thing I'm going to do here, if I'm not okay, actually they have completely modified the they've completely changed the page of this EMR. Like earlier it had a completely different one. I need to find that one. Okay, once I see that page, I will let you know. But yeah, right now we are fine with one primary node, one core node, and we do not need task node. Yeah, I'm just going to remove this task node. And
usually when we'll use the task node.
See, actually we have three kind of nodes. Okay, so let's discuss about all three. Okay. So primary node is actually nothing but a name node of your Hadoop clusters. That actually tracks your work. Okay, that means any request submitted to the cluster will be first coming on the name node. Name node will be responsible for the distributing the work between multiple core nodes. Okay, and those core nodes will be responsible for holding the data and executing the task which is given by the name node. Once it is executed, completed, giving it back to name node, and name node will be collecting the outputs, and it's going to be executing that. Okay, that is your primary node and core node. So primary node is responsible for the management of the cluster. Core nodes are responsible for the execution and data storage of your clusters. Okay, now task node is something when, let's say, you have some workload, it is running and you want to speed up that workload. So what you can do, you can go ahead and add the task nodes into your cluster. Those task nodes are not like those task nodes, so you can compare with the core node, and only difference is that they are going to be kind of transient. Okay, you can treat them as a transient, and they are not going to be having any data storage capacity. They are just going to add some compute capacity to your cluster to finish your data pipelines earlier as possible.
Okay.
If I click here, I am just able to choose. Let's say I choose M5X large. M5X large. Let's say I choose this M5. Where is this M5X large? It is chosen already. If I choose this, I'm not able to get a node configuration. Nothing I'm having here. See, earlier I used to see the option of choosing a spot instance, reserved instance, or on-demand pricing. That actually I'm trying to find. Not able to get that. X large only. So you can see it says on-demand price is this one, lowest spot price is this one, but still I'm wondering how do I choose this? How do I go ahead and choose the spot prices? Anyhow, earlier this was right here. I used to see that option. Actions, no. No. Configuration, also no. Then in core node, I have these things. I'm not going to anything. Cluster scaling, I am not going to use cluster scaling. I'm fine with the, yeah, here is the option, use spot purchasing option. So see, whether we are running EC2 machines, whether we are running EMR clusters, we have two kind of options available. One is the on-demand pricing and second one is the spot pricing. Okay, so spot instances or spot pricing means if your region has some spare capacity left, that capacity will be made available for you in the for the low prices. So if I select this, let's see what they say. Okay, simply they are just saying use spot prices. Okay, so basically this means if you see here, it says on-demand price is $0.2 per instance per hour, but spot price is actually $0.06 per hour. That means 3 times less than the on-demand price. So if you use spot price, your cost is going to be a bit lower. But chances are when the price increase, when this price goes more than on-demand pricing, or when it increases a significant value, they will auto terminate your cluster. So spot instances you can definitely use for your POCs, for your development work. But if you have some real-time clusters where you want to make sure the cluster is running 24 hours, then spot instances is not a good option to use. Okay, but for us, but for practice purpose, spot instances are best option to go ahead and launch the clusters. Earlier, it was like bidding process. I am not seeing that option. Bidding means, let's say currently this pricing around 0.06. So we used to say, okay, till it goes $0.1, I'm ready to pay for that. But if it goes more than that, then just terminate my cluster. Right now, I'm not sure how they are going to terminate this, but yeah, definitely they are going to terminate this if price goes higher. Okay. Now we no need to change networking and subnet groups, and security groups also we no need to change. Okay, we don't need to change any security groups. We don't want to add any steps. Steps means when this cluster launch, you can pass some programs or you can pass some bash scripts or those scripts. So apply some patching or anything if you want to do. When the cluster starts, those scripts are going to run first. Cluster termination, I am saying terminate my cluster after 1 hour. That means if it is not running terminate, like if it cluster I'm not using till 1 hour for any reason, it's going to terminate this. Termination protection, it means it's just a simple check. When you click the terminate cluster, it's going to ask you to uncheck this box, and then you can terminate the cluster. That means just an additional security that you are going to get when terminating the cluster. Bootstrap action you can add. That means some configuration if you want to modify. See, one thing. See, this launching of the cluster is not a work of data engineer. It's mostly the work of security or administrator engineer who knows Linux also, who knows security also. Those are the guys who create these clusters in real time. Obviously, it's not us guys. And anyhow, cluster is only launched for once, and then it is in use for years and years. So you won't see that cluster creation process that frequently. And some tags you can provide, cluster logs you can publish to S3 buckets if you want. Okay. And then if you want some additional settings, optional if you want to do that, configurations, you can do it here. Then I don't, okay. Security configuration and EC2 key pair. Yes, we need to choose EC2 key pair. Okay, I'm just going to say browse. Security configurations. No, I don't want to do anything here. Then I enter in a name, enter key name, choose browse EC2 browse. Yeah, this is the key I want to use. So if you don't mention this key here, then you won't be able to use this key for your SSH part. So it says EC2 key pair for SSH to the cluster, and we want to do SSH here. Okay, so I am just going to use this one. This is the one I have created. And if you already have an existing role created for email clusters, you can choose that. Otherwise, it's best practice that you just say create a service role for yourself. Okay, then each and everything is actually fine. Create an instance profile. Yeah. What is this? Okay, so if you have any bootstrap script and if that is placed on the S3 buckets, you can have instance profile created here and just say all buckets. So EC2 instances will be able to create all the S3 buckets in your account. So if I just revisit this part, we need to provide a name, a release. If you choose custom option, you will be able to choose technologies that you want to install on your machine. And then you can check these boxes for Spark and Hive metadata. That means you will be able to access your Glue data catalog from Spark and Hive both. Use Amazon Linux machines. I'm using instance groups. Then I have used one primary node, one core node. Okay. It's your choice, completely optional. You can remove this core node also. Then your primary node is also going to be working as core node only. Okay. That means your one single node actually going to maintain the complete cluster. Okay. And use spot instances for your development side. Just check this box. Okay. I am not going to scale my cluster anyhow. I'm not going to use this. I'm just going to terminate this after this thing. Okay. And networking, I have kept it default because we have no idea about the networking part. Okay. Steps, I have not provided any steps. Okay. And then cluster termination for safer side, I'm just keeping it 1 hour. That means even if I forget to terminate this after 1 hour, it will be auto terminated. Okay. Bootstrap. Come again. Okay, based on the time it will be active. Otherwise, it will be. Yeah, it will be deleted. It will be terminated after 1 hour. Mm-hmm. Okay, and Bootstrap, I'm not providing anything. Cluster logs, don't want to save them on S3. Tags, I'm not providing. And then we have some configuration. We are not providing any configuration. Key pair, we definitely have to choose. Okay, if you don't choose any key pair, we won't be able to SSH into our machines. And then create a role automatically, and then create a instance profile automatically. I'm just going to hit create cluster here. This will take around 10 minutes at least. Meanwhile, we can just go ahead and download Putty actually to connect with your machines. 64-bit, yeah, just get it. Just install Putty. So putty is installed. Let me just go ahead and open that where it is. Okay, once I have my cluster created, then I will be able to use this putty. Meanwhile, here, yeah, I was saying these things. So we have master node, core node, and task node. So this is responsible for managing your cluster, complete cluster. It also maintain your distribution of data, distribution of programs, collecting, shuffling, mapping, reducing. If you know MapReduce, then you know these things that all the processes and tasks are assigned by master node to core nodes. Core node actually perform the task. Okay, it reads the data, it collects the data, it stores the data in itself, and it runs the task that is assigned by master node to core nodes. So you can say it's a master slave architecture. Then task nodes is nothing but just a core nodes which without any uh, storing capacity. So it just usable for speeding up your workload or data pipelines. Okay. Then we have EMR life cycle. So that means when we launch, see, it's basically it's a simple thing. If we launch, if our bootstrap fails, obviously it's going to terminate the cluster. If it's successful, then it's going to run the steps. If steps is successful, okay, then we are going to get cluster will be in voting state. If anything fails, cluster going to be terminated. If cluster configuration is uh, like its cluster is actually configured successfully, it's going to be in running state, and it's going to get auto terminate after the specified time. So let's see how much progress it has made. Obviously it's going to be very less till now. So this will take around some time. Cluster should be in. It's still actually this thing actually takes time. It will take around 10 to 15 minutes to execute this cluster and get this cluster in running state.
Yeah, okay, Jalas, I can understand. Yeah, it takes time.
Yeah, and if somebody is actually
Maybe
watching,
sometimes if you refresh, you will come to know. Otherwise, I'm not sure. But
actually it is updating time here, and
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah, and if somebody is actually watching the recording, just you can skip here from 5-7 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
It's actually states.
So in EMR, not like glue script, how the console will open. Here it won't have any console, right? EMR only we have to use the putty and uh, what is the programming we have to do on
Yeah. So it's mostly
EC.
Spark Submit.
Yeah, so, yeah. That is on. I'm not sure it's advantage or disadvantage. That's why Glue was more popular because it has a separate script console and processing. It will be easy,
Yeah.
and we can save
See,
the files.
yeah. So if you compare the Glue with EMR now, Glue is actually keeping you away from all the worry of maintaining subnets. See, right
Right,
now
right,
we have
right.
right now we are
Yeah,
just the default.
earlier is EMR is very popular. People used to do a lot and make it a big project like.
No, even nowadays EMR is popular, but for EMR you have to have some good network administrator, okay? Because
Right.
you need him to create default or like obviously default VPCs are not good ones for production workloads. You want to be it more secure, so
Mm.
they will be creating a separate VPCs, routing rules, configuration rules, IAM rules on what else?
Right.
Yeah, then maintaining and patching and all those things. Sometimes node goes down and like it's had its own headache, but it definitely
EMR
has
is
its own
not
headache.
serverless, right?
It's no.
Yeah.
It's just that you can run those servers now very easily here. Earlier it was like when I was learning Hadoop now in 2015 or 16 like that.
Mm.
Uh, we have no access to clusters. Okay,
Mhm.
only like uh, it's in waiting state.
Okay.
I think right now, I think right now it's actually it's a bit confusing. When it's in waiting state, actually we can go ahead and use this. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so let's try this. Actually, console is completely changed. Just instances. Yeah, it's actually this primary node DNS. We need this primary node DNS.
Right.
I'll just copy this.
Mm.
Provide a host name here. Then we have to come in SSH part here in auth. Click on auth.
Mhm.
Uh, Click on auth. Private key file for authentication. If I use this, if I go in downloads, it is this one. If I say open,
Maybe it won't come because cluster is. Okay.
I think I still need to give, yeah, connection timed out. Close this EC. I need to go on EC2. It's actually security issues, okay?
EMR Studio is serverless, huh? I mean, maybe recently they have done a lot of changes.
Just a second. Come on, elastic map reduce slave, elastic map reduce master. If I go inside the security group, if I run reachability analyze, let's see what is this. No, let's not go into this part. Edit inbound rules. Inbound rules should have your it should allow you to SSH into your machines from your laptop's thing. Okay, so it only allows you to SSH from this particular IP address, and I'm just going to add one more rule and say SSH, and I'm just going to say anywhere IP and save this rules. Again, open the putty. Host name is same. SSH. This thing only SSH. Auth. In auth credential. Like previously, auth was actually allowing you to put the file name directly here. If I'm not wrong, it should be private key file for authentication. If I use this private key file, yes, if I accept this,
it's working.
no, it's not working. Login as, what is this login as? Earlier you used to get EMR cluster directly here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. What is this login as?
I think before that we had to get the credentials, right?
No credentials actually required. Just credentials is your PPK file, no?
Maybe login directly admin, probably. It's a random.
Let me just put an enter here. Server refusal supported authentication methods available server side. Let me download some putty older version.
Okay.
P putty download putty. Pre-release. Let's actually check here. EC2 products. Windows. Open putty.exe for host name. And if necessary in the category list, choose session. Host name we are providing. Okay, host name we are providing. If I again open this host name I am providing, it does say why it is EC2. If I come on here, public node, primary node, public DNS. Windows, I need this thing. Okay, and if I come here and in the category list choose session, in the host name enter this, in the category list expand SSH, choose auth, the private key choose browse and then select private key that you launch, select open. The process stays same, SSH, auth, and if I click here, credentials, browse, this is my file, open. Yeah, it connects now.
Yeah.
Okay, so earlier I was providing the wrong name. It's this name you have to choose. So
Okay.
you have to actually come on connect to primary node using SSH, then
Mm-hmm.
click on Windows, and then you will get the correct name. Once you come here, if it's connection is successful, you will be getting this EMR written here.
Right.
Okay. So now let's say you want to run your PySpark script. So you just have to say PySpark and enter. This will start a PySpark shell for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, for Scala, we have to type Scala, right?
No, it's Spark only.
Spark only. Oh, so automatically it will connect. Okay.
By default, it will come in
Right.
Scala programming language.
Mm-hmm.
This will take a bit time.
Oh, Spark, we have to type Spark itself. Mm.
Yeah. So if you see, I have got Spark session enabled now. Okay.
Python.
And if I just go and say spark.read.csv, and inside this, if I provide my file name, and let's say if I go on S3,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe I choose this bucket, ARB sale data, sale report.csv. No. Let's copy this URI
Mm-hmm.
and paste it here. It's actually right click. And don't press Control C, yeah, it will terminate your program. Enter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Aha, my bad. It's a incorrect syntax. It does read your table actually, but
Mm.
you have to say something like this. This is correct. You will just say what is header or header.
Headed true.
H is capital or small, that I need to find. That only I need to find. If H is capital or H is small. I will come here and PySpark, open this folder. Any file is going to help me. If I come here above spark.read CSV, header is small, T is capital. Is true. Okay. And let's say I also say infer schema true has to be completely true, and I want this output in sale data df equals to. If I execute this now, I am going to get my code running. Okay, it is executed. Now I can simply say sale data df dot print to verify my output. I do have my schema. Let's say sale data df dot show. I'm going to get my records displayed here like that. Okay. So now any operations that I could do on my glue, I can do it here. All the commands, all the transformations, I can simply do it here.
And writing. Yeah.
Okay. Now if let's say I don't have that part, Spark SQL, I don't have it here. Okay. So what I can try, let's say if I want to select something, so I can simply say sale data f dot select, and let's say I want to select as code, select stock. Uh, on here actually it's a bit not as visually appealing as glue. Okay, category here, and I can just say show. Say data df is not defined. How come it is not defined? My spelling is wrong from above only. It is spelling SALA. If I do this, my task is going to run.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get my selected columns here. So anything that I can achieve on, all the PySpark syntax actually that works on Glue are going to work here also. And if I just see Control C means it's going to terminate your cluster. If I say exit, yeah, it's going to exit like this. And if you just say it's command not found, how come? He have installed Hive is actually working. Oh, it's actually Spark-shell. Sorry, right. My bad. It's actually Spark-shell. Then it works. Some problem with Hive also, or it is just no. It is there's some confusion in the Hive also. And if I say Spark, yeah, Spark-shell works. You are going to get Spark, but this time your syntax you are going to use is Scala syntaxes.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you can see in the left hand down corner here, it says Scala.
Right.
Okay, if I exit this one, if I again try Hive, it should work actually. It is throwing some error. I don't know why. By default, it actually works. Error code access denied exception.
Exception thread again Java. Maybe Java.
Allows glue database action. Okay, so I can fix this. It's not Java side, IAM side. So the rule, the IAM role my cluster is actually using right now. Where is my IAM role? It is this role. If I open this role, somehow it has not taken AWS Glue. Okay, so I'm just going to say attach policies and find Glue service role. If I add these permissions, okay, I'm not sure if I have to restart my cluster or not. But let's try again. It says the same. I think I need to see. It's actually here. It says no identity-based policy allows Glue get database action. Okay, that means it does not have the action for does not have the permission for the Glue side. Maybe if I reconnect this, maybe if I just try to reconnect it.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it works or not. But issue is that only that we have to provide the correct role there. I mean at time of creation of the identity-based policy. No connection to identity. Allow Glue host does not exist. I don't know what it is saying. I just added one policy, not modified this. Let's try again. Also, oh, sorry. My bad. It's not the correct name. So actually, when we on terminal, whenever we select something, it actually automatically gets copied, and I was pasting my that error into the host name. So I need to get the host name again. It's that issue. I am just going to get host name. On putty host SSH auth credentials open your file open. It works. If I say hive, let's try it last time.
Probably.
No, it's the same error. I think something I'm also missing. Glue to get database action. A piece of
It's a great Java runtime execution exception.
based.
Because no identity-based policy allows group notice.
Maybe some issues are maybe Amazon instance profile is not okay. Amazon instance profile, this one.
Oh,
All rows that we have here. If I come back here, if I go back here, Amazon instance profile, it is 413, 213, 413, 213, 413. Let's see what permission it has. So it has permissions only for few of the customer managed policies. It just have permissions to create bucket, get bucket, all those things. No permissions for glue data catalog. If I attach policies and if I say glue here, okay, I am going to get glue service role. What happened? Glue service role, add permissions, permissions added. Now it does have glue service role. Glue service roles provides us, it should have get database access also. No, it also does not have get data catalog. Okay, attach policies, glue data catalog. With glue, I have glue console full access. My internal skills are not. Let me just actually try it. Just try it one more time. Yeah, it works. So now we have Hive also enabled when I created, when I applied that role here. And if I say show databases, basically it's going to read my glue tables only. Okay, it's just going to read those things only. I have Airbnb database link and all those things. So I can say use, let's say use sale -data. I can say show tables. I do have some tables here. I'm not sure if I have data in those things. Let's try to select from table sale data. I does not have anything there. I just say it something like this. I have no data there. Not sure if I have any data there, any data in any of the table. Let's try with. We'll get it here. It's that simple, as simple as that. Demo. Same error. I don't have any table there. Visual. Not sure. But yeah, I mean, if you have any questions with connection part, you can ask me. Anyhow, if we have data there, we will get data from these tables. So basically, what happening here is this glue. If I go on glue, it is this database. It's actually capturing Hive and all those things. Okay, it is this database. It's actually capturing. Okay. Trying to access sale data, and it does not have any data here. Maybe the files I have moved or something like that I have done. Okay, so yeah, this is how actually your EMR works. Then the technology is like, if you want to learn Hive, that is actually complete different world of Hadoop. You have to learn Hadoop for that.
Okay.
Anyhow, if you know Redshift and Snowflake, you are knowing more powerful warehouses than Hive, I will say. And anyhow, nobody use Pig nowadays. Pig is actually a gone thing. Okay. Right. Something Hadoop something in Hadoop that is more powerful and you should learn. It's actually Spark and HDFS.
Right. Okay, Jalas.
Yeah. And I mean, this is all from my end. I thought that we will need 2 classes for EMR. But yeah, if anyhow, if you need some help with the interview questions, some preparation, some more questions, if you have, we all can connect actually at Monday. Okay, I'm just going to connect on Monday also. If you want some help with your resume or anything, we will connect on Monday, and then we are going to wrap this up, patch up. Okay.
Okay, Jalas. Monday last one or Monday, Tuesday also is there?
Depends. If we cannot finish on Monday, then we will have Tuesday. Otherwise, Monday is the last one.
Okay. So, Jalas, I think you might try it with Snowflake. And if you show me the,
Monday, I'll show you that connection. How to connect with Snowflake.
Yeah.
Okay, no issues. Monday, I'll show you that connection and how we can go ahead and connect with the Snowflake from the AWS Glue side.
Okay, fine.
It's actually good. It's actually more important thing we can do.
Right. Yeah. Okay, Jalas, great. Wonderful lectures all. Really liked your all the classes. Earlier I attended one, but maybe I'm new that time. Maybe I did not understand, but comparatively the other classes, now it is more like boosting kind of. So
yeah, thank you, Amma. I mean, see, these things takes time. Okay, on day one, you are not going to learn anything. That's why I say, like, if you don't get it, don't worry. Gradually, you will start learning these things, and see, it's more about practice. Like, you might be understanding few things now, but if you don't practice, then you tend to forget these things. And this concept, as you refreshes every day. Okay, this concept refreshes every day, so you have to be doing something on this.
That's true. Yeah, I can understand that.
You have to, like if you see, I've faced a bit of struggle with our EMR console because that has been changed completely. If you might refer some YouTube videos, you will see a completely different EMR console.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, keep on changing and modifications, all the development background. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they also have some web designers and
it's a competitive world. Now Google is coming up. So in the US, now Google technology also people are using in industries. I mean, clients.
Yeah. And see, it's not like that if this batch is completed, you cannot connect. You can just ping me and we will connect if you require. Okay.
Okay, Jalas. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. See you on Monday.
Yeah, sure. Bye-bye. terminate.